Morning. What day is it? Tuesday. 2 days left in March. Can't believe how quickly this year is going, considering everybody's in lockdown and we're not doing anything. But it is flying by. Let's check out what's happening this morning or what's happened overnight. Starting with the euro. The euro is almost testing this previous resistance I had marked up. It became support before this breakout of 120, which I talked about yesterday. So we're almost there. These kind of lows, I think, aren't as important. This one played its part as resistance after it broke through, but it's also a big round number. The reason why I don't think these are as important on the daily chart, you might get some support or resistance throughout the day off these levels, but this is the important, this swing low. These are just mid or intra lows from this rally higher. So the trend upwards has stopped somewhere. These are the lows before. They are important, but not as important as this one. I think this is where people should be targeting. Should we get through this previous trend line resistance and then 117 below it. So yesterday was a bit of a crappy day, to be honest. I ended the day 1R down, and you can tell here from the euro, we just ranged between 1760 and 1800. Nothing really going on. Chopped around these kind of highs and lows, and then yesterday we chopped through these pivot points that weren't really important, but you can see today how they become important again as we reacted at a pivot point overnight. And then we got the break at 7 a.m., which is extremely frustrating to see the best trades of the day go straight to target before you even start trading. But that's how it goes, unless you want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which maybe you can and get this trade, but I wasn't. The stop would have been up here, enter below these lows, and you would have got your 1R just about, or if not, if you would have, if you didn't get it on this candle, on the 7 a.m. candle, after you see that it's reacted to S1, you would probably move your target to just above the low of that candle, and you would have got it on the second attempt. So that is EU. Now we're touching S2. Let's see what happens around there. Right, cable is a bit trickier this morning. Let's start with the daily chart. Right, daily chart. After rejigging this trend channel, we actually had the. I thought we just missed out the test, but we actually had the breakthrough and retest, and it touched this trend channel exactly. I like GU or cable to continue its sell-off here just because of this false breakout. And usually once you get a clear defined pattern like this ascending trend channel, you break through and a retest is clearly defined here, usually get an extended move in the other direction following a false breakout. So excited to see what happens with GU here. This morning we're hovering around this kind of previous resistance, this kind of turned support without actually touching it. So I'm not sure if that is important anymore. So let me see in the hourly chart if a little bit clearly defined. Yeah, the reason why GU is a bit more difficult this morning is we had a signal to sell the pound on a break of that low. Of course, we start trading at 8 a.m., not 7. Otherwise, we would have got EU and UJ already. So 8 o'clock is this candle here. This is where we would be able to sell GU. However, this is how many pips away from the original signal? This is 59. Yeah, so this is like 14 pips away from signal to entry. It's a little bit it's a little bit too much for me. Also, your stop would be above pivot point, and your target would probably towards this S2. So a long way to go at the moment. And if you trade GU, you know how volatile it is in the morning and how likely we are to get a false breakout here, and then the market shoot up and pick up all these stops here and go towards the test of these highs. So I decided to give this short a miss. It's probably going to go in the journal as no trade, because I think the breakout was actually a break of these lows here, which happened at 7 a.m., not 8 a.m. This is a little bit of a late entry for me, so I decided to avoid it, and I don't think the trade's there for the system. But should we get up to the longs and a break of pivot point, then I'll be taking this to go and test the highs and this trend channel again. Or depending on what we do here, should we sell off and I missed this trade and my analysis was proved wrong, so be it. But should we then recover and retest this solid support which we broke out from, and we put in some kind of bearish price action, then that'll be the short trade for me. I'll enter here, and then we get a more affordable target to S1 or S2 or the low. So let's see what happens there on GU. But this is not the clearest. And if you have to squint, then it's usually not a pattern, but it's kind of like a head and shoulders here. Should we have, and we didn't even make the right shoulder. So yeah, make of that what you will. Probably too early in the morning for me. Another one I wanted to talk about is AU after a solid last week. Nice sell off here. We kind of traded sideways since. So this might be setting up as an opportunity. Usually the longer the range, the bigger the break. So this could be some kind of bear flag. I've got these trend lines drawn up here, which is the support. There's also a kind of support here and also resistance here. So we're stuck inside a trend channel. Should we get a break below these lows? Let me just check where the signal is a minute. Yeah, so the signal is a short of this low here. So you will be entering on support, although this kind of, well, let me draw it up. Let's be a bit more professional. Yeah, so this kind of trend line is already breaking, so might be some weakness here from the bulls. We also sat on pivot point, so let's see how that reacts. But should we get some kind of recovery up to R1, or maybe up to these highs, and a reaction to that and a break back through, then I'll be taking this short by here on a true break of pivot point, and then the stop will go above the highs, and hopefully that'll be a break of the second trend line as well. So this is the first, this is the second. And then from there, that'll be my entry, and there's S1, S2 down below for a nice test. So this is a kind of pattern I'm building up in my head. Let's see what happens with AU, but please be aware how, well, just look at the chart, look left, how extremely choppy it is. It's going to be the first breakout, which is usually a signal of, usually a sign. Usually the first breakout can be some fuckery. There, am I allowed to say that? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. Maybe I'll get banned from TradingView. Yeah, so usually there's a false breakup before deciding to go the other way after a tight range like this. And if we look at UC, this is kind of an example of what I've just been saying. Okay, let's go through this first. So this is the tight range, just above big round number 2600. 126 to 125.82. So almost a 20 pip range if you wanted to consider this low as well. That's about a 20 pip range from overnight. Now let's see what happens here, because with these type ranges, in my experience, lately what happens is you get a push higher, it gets rejected, you close back inside the range, and then we try the other side, which is the better trade. Um, of course, we have a signal, which is exactly on big round number, so we allow a buffer, maybe like six points above big round number to enter. The stop would be here. You have to take this buy signal. Although I think that there's a good chance that we're going to close back inside this range, you have to take this if you want to stick to the rules of the system. And even it could work out. You never know. I mean, this is only my analysis, but and my findings. But the system is telling you to take the long. So there is a double top here that we could try and test. But as you can see, really choppy price action. On UC at the moment, I would prefer the short. There is also this kind of trend line that we caught some support off already this morning. So the short would be a confirmation of a break of that trend line as well. So just building a picture up. Let's have a look at the daily where we are. Give us a bit more of a bigger picture. Extend this trend line down. You can see this trend line's working well. We're kind of getting a bit tight here. The support was broken twice, penetrated here, broken again. Really nice outside bar here. We've had a bit of a fight back with the bulls, but it's kind of tapering off, and we are on this pivotal line of 120, 126, which is the big round number I just spoke about. So we could be in for a big move either way here. Should we close above this double top on the daily bar, we might push up towards a test of this descending trend line. Or should we close below, we get a rejection from this 126. We don't even attempt to test this double top, which is weakness, and we come back and head towards the lows or big round number 125. So this trade can go either way. It's really tight range, which shows indecision. Usually the market waits for some kind of trigger before deciding where to go. And the trigger usually is a false breakout in some kind of direction. Or we could continue to just chop around forevermore. I haven't looked at the calendar today, which is a mistake by me. Let's just make sure there's no federal Powell isn't speaking, or Lagarde. No, it's just nothing much happening until 1 o'clock today. We get some red book data. Fed call speech. I'm not sure if he's a voter. Yeah, so a pretty quiet day on the news front. Some Fed speakers in the afternoon and in the evening. So yeah, all systems go. Let's see what happens. Anyway, good luck.